Hans Anderson goes for Peterborough. Gate 2 in red. Gate 3 for Eastbourne. The on fire, Edward Kennett. From the outside, Daniel King, the man in the blue hermit colour. Each and every one of these riders has won a heat here tonight. And well, let's see where we go in heat number 13. So off for the vital heat, Sam.
That's right. You know, I just don't think there's no way that Chris Harris will be able to raise his game to be able to take the points off of Hans Anderson there. Hans Anderson is feeling fairly confident. He's up there. Look, he seems like he's got it all worked out. He's warming up his back tire, getting it all set up to go. Chris Harris is going to really, he's just starting to come alive, but I don't think he really has that bike gripped up, hooked up as much as Hans Anderson goes. So it's going to be interesting. It's the minor places that are going to be important in this race.
Oh, heat 1 start, gate 1 starting to dominate. 7 heats have been won from that gate. This time it's Chris Harris going from that gate, and Chris Harris makes him in the gate, but trying to come up the inside. In red is Hans Anderson. The gate is shut by Chris Harris, but round the outside in blue goes Daniel King, leading Edward Kennett right at the back with plenty of work to do. But Chris Harris is going to have to battle here to hold off the 2 Peterborough men. The 2 Peterborough men are racing with each other. Look at Daniel King going up the inside with Hans Anderson in pursuit.
Eat my words. You can say that if you want to. Chris Harris has got that thing hooked up. Old Hans got a little bit caught up in the old traffic there. Daniel's doing a great job. Hans just got to hang back a little bit. Look at him come back to the inside, get that wheels going, but his partner's right in his way. Daniel King deserves to be in that position. Chris Harris is getting away.
What fantastic speedway we're seeing here tonight at the showground. But look at Chris Harris in front. Harris is stretching that lead round the pit's bend. What style he shows, Chris Harris. Could he win the British Grand Prix again this year? He's in front. He's going to take the checkered flag. The meeting stays alive. Into second place goes Daniel King. Hans Anderson is back in third place. We know what we're watching tonight. It is fantastic speedway, but Chris Harris is the man that has won it, and he becomes the first Eastbourne rider to win a heat in the last 4 races. He takes that ahead of Daniel King, the man in blue. But Chris Harris, what a ride by him. Hans Anderson relegated to third place, not expected, and Edward Kennedy has had such a fine night. He finished last, really turning it on its head, but heat 13 was drawn 41-37, and Peterborough only need another 5 points to take victory here from 2 races. Chris Harris 3 race points, Daniel King 2 for Peterborough, Hans Anderson 1 for Peterborough, Edward Kennett failed to score, 3 all for the heat, Peterborough 41, Eastbourne. Helmet colour for Peterborough, Samsomoto in red. On the outside, 17-year-old Simon Gustafsson. He has the yellow helmet. This is heat 14. Remember, 6 points available, 3-2-1 for the first 3 places, and also in heat 15 still to come when it's nominated riders. But this is heat 14. This is the heat that will decide whether heat 15 is relevant, Sam.
Yeah, pressure on. Simon Gustafsson, 17 years old, on the outside, could do some damage here. Can he get out of that start? It's a tall order. Does he have the experience? Let's watch.
And we need to see something if Eastbourne to do something here from Cameron Woodward in green, but the riders are concentrating and away they go. And Cameron Woodward in green is struggling to keep his bike down. Round the outside in yellow, from the back, Simon Gustafsson makes ground, but out front and vital for Peterborough is the role of Klaus Vissing in the blue helmet colour. But now the 2 Eastbourne riders are chasing with a vengeance, and coming through in green, Cameron Woodward kept at bay again by Klaus Vissing. Vissing is doing well.
What a tight race. You can throw a blanket over all 4 of these guys as they're coming out of turn 2, going into turn 3. The race is on. Klaus has got it all wrapped up. It seems like a little bit of struggle there from Cameron. Hold on, boys.
Oh, it's Simon Gustafsson struggling in yellow. Cameron Woodward's in second place. This a heat advantage to Peterborough, and if this stays like this, Peterborough will get at least a draw on the night and hold on to their unbeaten record. The man in blue, Klaus Vissing, takes the checkered flag. Cameron Woodward, sorry, 1 to go. He showed the wrong flag there, but never mind. Down they go, down the back straight. I don't think it'll change the result, but the man in blue is going to take it. Klaus Vissing by some distance in the end. The man in the green helmet colour in second place, Cameron Woodward, back in third place in red is Samsomoto. Disappointment indeed for Simon Gustafsson, and that means that Peterborough now, well, they're going to have very much a chance of winning the meeting in the final race. They need to get a rider in the first 2, and they've done it. Peterborough 45, Eastbourne 39, and that's a victory for Peterborough because those 4 points there take them on to 45. And Eastbourne, even if no Peterborough rider finished, could Eastbourne win? Eastbourne can only get to 44. Klaus Vissing 3 race points, Cameron Woodward 2, Sam Samota a 1, a 4-2 to the Panthers, 45-39. And the last seat, even a 5-1 to Eastbourne, will not see Peterborough have to forfeit.
From Muscle Finesse, the Peterborough club sponsors, and Bill is going to throw the coin and Trevor Gear will call.
Heads it is.
It is heads.
Right.
It is heads, Trevor.
We'll take gates 1 and 3.
So that's 1 and 3 then for Eastbourne, and you're going with?
Lee Richardson will be off 1 and Chris Harris off 3.
And Trevor, for the Panthers?
Well, I'll take 2 and 4 if that's all that's left, yeah?
And who are you going to put off him? That's more to the point.
Hans Anderson in red and Daniel King in blue.
Great meeting, must be happy with the result so far.
Yeah, you know, it was still getting there, but hopefully this is the start of a winning sequence again.
Well done for this evening. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Chris. And I just wondered if Hans Anderson will be having a quick word with Daniel.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has. But they're just, and you know, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Danny King just doing his
trying,
best.
isn't
He is very much so. And you can.
So far 9 races have been won out of the 14 so far from gate 1 and 1 from gate 3. But the Hans Anderson factor is in this one, wearing the red helmet colours. Lee Richardson on the inside for Eastbourne in green. Hans Anderson goes in red for Peterborough, gate 2. It's Chris Harris, the guest for Eastbourne. He's in yellow, gate 3. And on the outside is Daniel King. Sam Omalenko, a star-studded heat 15 in a star-studded meeting.
Yeah, Hans Anderson's the one that now he's going to go out there and try and make amends over Chris Harris beating him in that last one. And Lee Richardson's got to pick it up. He's had a couple of wins and then ended up a couple seconds. So, you know, there's a little bit of honor at the moment going on out there. And it's the last race. Paycheck as well in there, but the race meeting's been decided. But it's down to see which one of these boys can get an advantage.
Yes, that little incident involving Lewis Bridger in his third ride, I think just had a major factor in deciding this meeting. But this is heat 15. Classy riders 4 on the mount there. Up by the tapes, a good start on the inside by Lee Richardson in green, sending a man in red, Hans Anderson wide. Richardson picks it up. Hans Anderson comes back into second place. Going round the field, will Lee Richardson hold him off? But Chris Harris is going to do some battling. But look at Hans Anderson. What a battle out front. Lee Richardson of Britain, Hans Anderson of Denmark. In third place now in yellow is Chris Harris. The man in blue doing the chasing is Daniel King. And Richardson and Hans Anderson are going for it.
Well, choices, what do you do? Lee Richardson's decided to keep it down low. Hans is going for the high line. Hits the wall, bounces off, cuts back to the inside. That was well, what do you call that? That's a little extra drive, I think. And Lee Richardson now's got to answer to that, but I don't think he's going to do it.
That's why Hans Anderson, the current and new Danish champion, is the man who's one of the favourites for this year's Grand Prix Series. What style, what flair, what speed. He's out front, down the back straight. Hans Anderson is going to take this in red. The man in second place, Lee Richardson, a second place in a row. Third place goes to Chris Harris in yellow. Right at the back, the man in blue is Daniel King. A 3-all the final race. Peterborough 48, Eastbourne 42. But what a night we've had. It really has to be said. Hans Anderson started slowly, missed out on one race, but really came good in the end. And Hans Anderson proved the winner of the nominated riders heat number 15 in the red helmet colour. What a ride by Hans Anderson to finish the night. He went by Lee Richardson on the third lap. The official result of that, Hans Anderson 3 race points. Lee Richardson, the Eastbourne captain, 2. Chris Harris 1. Daniel King failed to score. Peterborough have won the meeting 48-42, but it's been a meeting to remember, Sam Omalenko.
There's no doubt about it. I tell you what, I